Hi, it's Rachel and today I'm going to be filming the 13 questions tag. I've been doing a lot of tags I know for this channel, but I really like them and I figure putting them on this vlog channel is a great idea because then you can kind of get to know me a little bit better. So I'm going to start to jump straight into it, I guess. I'm just looking at the questions here on my phone, and the first one is, what do you order at Starbucks? When I go to Starbucks, I generally order some version of a hot chocolate, so whether it be just the normal hot chocolate or whether it be a white hot chocolate or a caramel hot chocolate, or sometimes at Christmas time they bring out like a peppermint hot chocolate, which is really nice. I generally only ever order a sort of tall or a grande. I never go sort of venti because it's just way too big for me and I never sort of get whipped cream or anything like that on the top because I am not a big whipped cream person. So yeah, generally hot chocolate. I'm not a coffee drinker. I kind of don't want to get into that habit just yet, maybe when I'm older, but at the moment I kind of tend to use sugar as a wake me up as opposed to caffeine at this time. So hot chocolate is my sort of go-to Starbucks drink. The second question is, what is one thing in your closet you cannot live without? That's kind of hard. I'd probably say jeans, purely because they're just sort of universal. I can't imagine not having jeans, but at the same time, they sort of, for me, jeans go away for the entire summer month. I never get my jeans out once it's hot. That's it. I just, even if it's sort of, you have a cold day, my jeans just go for the summer. So in that case, it would be sort of, in summer, it's summer dresses. I love sort of summer dresses. I can't live without them. I really do love summer dresses. And then in winter, it would definitely, or winter and autumn, spring, it's definitely jeans. And then also my cowboy boots. I love my cowboy boots that I got from Forever New a couple of, maybe 1 season ago, 2 seasons ago, and I just love them. I pretty much live in them, so that would be another thing that I can't live without. I'm really not good at picking just one thing, but there would be a few things that I can't live without in my closet. The next question, number 3, is, what is one thing that people probably wouldn't know about you? That's kind of hard. One thing you wouldn't know about me. Okay, random fact. When I can't sleep, I write songs. I don't play an instrument, but I really like to learn guitar. But when I can't sleep, I try and write song lyrics in my head, and sometimes I actually write them down. So I've actually written a few songs. They're probably absolutely terrible, but for some reason that kind of, if I can't sleep, it's usually because my brain is sort of ticking over and I'm worried about uni, or I'm worried about work, or I'm worried about whatever else is going on in my life, and I can't stop thinking about it. So in order to direct my brain to something else, I start trying to write song lyrics. And I don't know, this is weird, especially considering I'm not a musician, and it seems odd to try and write songs when you sort of have nothing to do with that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I like it, and I have written a few songs and I've sort of finished some. I'll sort of come back to it, and then it's kind of, it works and sometimes it doesn't in putting me to sleep, because sometimes I'll get something I think, wow, that actually sounds kind of cool, and then I'll get my notepad out, or I get like the notes section on my phone and sort of write them down. So if you went to the notes section on my iPhone, there's all these different random song lyrics that I've come up with, but that's sort of something that I don't think anybody knows about me, because I don't really talk about it, because it's not something that I generally sort of share with people. It's just something to me that sort of helps me sleep, and it's just something that I like doing sometimes. And yeah, so when I can't sleep, I write song lyrics. The next question is number 4. Name one thing that you want to do before you die. Maybe it'd be put a song to music. That'd be one thing that I'd like to do, actually sort of use one of these songs that I sort of write and put it to music. So maybe if I guess another thing I want to do before I die is learn how to play guitar. Sort of a few things. I really want to travel before I die. Like, I haven't been sort of out of Australia. I've been to Fiji, and I've been to sort of Vanuatu and New Caledonia, which is sort of some small islands near Australia, on a cruise. But other than that, I haven't been anywhere. And I really want to go all over. I have kids at some point. I'd like to be a mum. Not anytime soon, but definitely before I die, I would like to have a family of my own. So maybe just some cool things I'd like to do before I die. Oh, and there's one thing, I really want to go to Pilot Week. It's sort of where all the TV executives sort of go. It's usually in America, and it's usually sort of just before, it's in summer, just before like all the fall sort of previews start, which is generally in spring for Australia because we're in the southern hemisphere. But I'd really like to go. I don't know why. I remember reading an article about one of the TV executives in Australia going over, and I'm a massive sort of TV fanatic. I love watching new shows and knowing what's going on and what new shows are coming and what new shows are going and things like that. So that's one sort of random thing that I'd really like to do before I die. I don't know how it's going to ever happen unless I become some sort of TV executive or producer or something like that of a channel. But yeah, something I want to do before I die. The next question, which is number 5, is what is one food that you cannot live without? For me, that would be chocolate. I am not a massive sort of foodie. I'm a very fussy eater, but I love my chocolate, and I love sort of peppermint chocolate, caramel chocolate, like honeycomb chocolate. Black Forest chocolate is currently my favourite. If you're sort of in Australia or in somewhere where they sell Cadbury's chocolate, like the family blocks, I strongly advise you to try Black Forest. It's like milk chocolate with like chocolate biscuit pieces and little raspberry kind of lollies in it. It's really nice. So try Black Forest chocolate, but chocolate would be one thing that I can't live without. Number 6 is, what quote or phrase do you live your life by? I was actually watching A Cinderella Story the other night. It was on TV, but the quote in that movie, which is don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. I really like that quote. I don't know if I live by it, but I would like to live by it. It's sort of what I aspire to. So not letting sort of your worries or fears of doing something keep you from really trying to do or going for the goals that you want to achieve or things like that. I know that I hate regrets, and I definitely have some, but I would sort of, I guess if I sort of was to live by that motto, you would sort of live life without regrets or die without regrets. So that is one thing I want to, that is one quote that I really like. So don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Remember that, kids. Next question. What do you like or dislike about the YouTube community? I'm sort of new to the YouTube community, but I really like the notion that you can sort of talk to a camera and someone over the other side of the world can see it and they can write back, and you can sort of support each other, and you learn new things about other people, and you learn things about products, and you learn about how to do things and new music and just about other people's lives in general. Like, that's part of the reason why I started a vlog channel, and it's why I like watching other people's vlog channels, because it's really interesting just to see how other people live their lives in the same country and how other people live their lives in other countries. And I really like that, and I like sort of the support. Like 99 or 95% of the time people are there sort of supporting each other. It's sort of, I've sort of, like I said, I've only just started, but I've really already gotten some really nice comments from people, and it really does make your day. I really wanted to film last night, and I sort of couldn't because I had a shower and I looked a mess, but I really enjoy the whole process of filming and putting up videos and responding to comments. And even though I've got like a few subscribers, it means sort of the world to me just to have any, and anytime someone writes something, it really does, it makes my day. It's amazing how that can happen. But I like the fact that, okay, if I write a comment on someone else's channel and they don't necessarily have any subscribers, it might make their day. So I really like that. In terms of bad things, I haven't necessarily experienced this, but I know that there's a lot of hater comments, and I know that some of the sort of girls that sort of get a few more subscribers and are sort of midway up there in, I guess, the YouTube ladder, if there is a YouTube ladder, it can really be disheartening to them. So I don't really like that whole notion of sort of hate comments, and also sort of I guess the conspiracy theories. Sometimes it's sort of hard to know who's being genuine and who's not being genuine, and I guess that is sort of a negative. You want to believe that everyone is generally telling you the truth and is a genuine person, but it's always kind of hard to know. So that I kind of don't necessarily like about the YouTube community, but there's small negatives in compared to the fantastic positives that do exist. And sorry, the next question is number 8. what is your #1 most listened to song on iTunes? I'm not sure, so I'm going to check. I have quite a few, and I've had my iTunes sort of lost a few times, like deleted because we've changed computers and things like that. So I tend to lose sort of songs, and I lose sort of the how many times it's been played. But if I go to my 25 most played songs, the top song is actually Run by George Strait, which is a country song, and I'll try and find a video of it and link it in the bottom bar if you haven't heard it. But I really love that song, and I think, yeah, Taylor Swift actually did a version of it at a George Strait sort of tribute. And it's really beautiful, so I might even try and find the Taylor Swift version of it and link it in the bottom bar. But I really do like that song, so that is a song that's sort of really up there. I also have a song called Blush by Plum, which is one that's really up there, and I'm Not Over by Carolina Liar. I kind of am really eclectic, and I have sort of my favourites. I can never pick one, so it's kind of hard to have my top song. But 9, what kind of style would you define yourself having? I would say that I'm fairly casual but also fairly girly. I like sort of wearing dresses and sort of summer dresses, and but I also don't necessarily dress up heaps all the time. Like, I'm totally happy sort of just chilling around the house in sweatpants. Number 10 is, what is your favourite number? For me it's 5. My birthday is the 5th, so I've always sort of had 5 as my lucky number. I also 11 is name 2 hobbies. For me, 2 hobbies would be, I guess, YouTube. YouTube is sort of becoming a hobby of mine. It's almost more than that, but I really do like filming, so that's kind of a hobby. Going to the movies, that's sort of a hobby that I don't know if you call it a hobby, but it kind of is a hobby. It's something that Mum and I do together. It's sort of our bonding time, I guess. But I really like going to see all different types of movies, so that's something that I really like to do. Zumba, I guess Zumba's kind of a hobby at the moment that I've sort of started. It's my exercise, and yeah, I like that. And reading is sort of a massive hobby for me. I spend a lot of time traveling, so I also spend a lot of time reading. And 2 pet peeves. I guess pet peeve of mine would be being vague. I hate things that are vague. I really like, one of those people that really likes to know what's going on and likes to know what I have to do and anything like that. So I don't like any kind of vagueness. Really bugs me. And then people who talk too loud on trains. I know sometimes I'm guilty of it, but I spend a lot of time on a train. So pet peeves of mine are people who sort of are talking on the phone, they're talking really loudly, and I catch the train really early in the morning. And it drives me mental if there's someone talking really loudly and I can hear them over my headphones, because I usually listen to music when I'm on the train. So that is a definite pet peeve of mine. And final question number 13 is, what is your guilty pleasure? Oh, I know what a guilty pleasure is. Online shopping. For me, online shopping has become a definite guilty pleasure. I know I really shouldn't do it because I have a really bad shopping habit and I really need to save my money, but not that it's a total problem. And I purposely do not have a credit card, so I could never spend or overspend too much money. I use sort of, you know, like the debit credit card, so I only spend the money that I have. But online shopping has definitely become a guilty pleasure. I love finding sort of bargains, and if I can find a product that maybe I can't get in Australia but I can have it shipped internationally, I love being able to do that. And yeah, just finding new little stores. So if you have a favourite online store that you shop from, let me know in the comments below, because I would really love to know about it, and I will definitely check it out. So that is my guilty pleasure, I would say. And that is all 13 questions. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you've learned a little bit more about me and my life and what I think about things. If you want to do this tag, I tag all of you, and please leave it as a video response or just answer the questions in the comment bar below. And yeah, that's it. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!